The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the next 3 weeks, February 2nd to February 20th, reveal that Katie Logan Spencer will go too far while Steffy Forrester Finnegan's plan backfires. There'll also be some new romantic messes, so let's talk about what's coming up on B&B. The week of February 2 to 6 will bring Liam Spencer in the loop on Eric Forrester's designer secret. Eric will also show off some new designs that Katie will love, but he'll still want to keep all the Forresters in the dark for now. In the meantime, Dylan will give Electra Forrester and Will Spencer some shocking news, so she may at least try to go along with Ivy Forrester's push to leave town. However, some surprises are in store for Dylan once she meets RJ Forrester and perhaps gets some new opportunities that keep her in Los Angeles. Over with Steffy, she'll threaten to cut Taylor Hayes off from her family if she doesn't stop all this Deacon Sharp nonsense. Steffy will also fill Ridge Forrester in on Taylor's feelings for Deacon and leave her dad furious. During the week of February 9 to 13th, Ridge may make it his mission to keep Deacon as far away from Taylor as possible. Fans will likely see Ridge get in Deacon's face so he can bark out some warnings. Taylor may deal with Ridge's criticism as well and get a reminder of all the damage Sheila Sharp has inflicted. Staying in Deacon's orbit and riling up his insane wife isn't a good idea, so Ridge will hope Taylor listens to Steffy. Back with RJ and Dylan, viewers may get a better idea of what their connection's going to look like. Will Dylan have a new crush on RJ or collaborate with him since an Electra and Will breakup would benefit them both? The week of February 16 to 20 may kick Daphne Rose and Carter Walton's wedding plans into high gear. Steffy's plan may also backfire when it comes to Taylor and Deacon, since they seem poised to keep seeing each other in secret. The more forbidden this bond becomes, the more it may excite Deacon and Taylor. Will Sheila get suspicious when Deacon stops therapy with Taylor? Deacon may be acting weird as far as Sheila's, and that's the kind of thing that could lead to her investigating. Meanwhile, Eric's secret may finally blow up. Ridge and Brooke Logan Forrester have to find out the truth at some point, so Brooke will no doubt think Katie's gone too far by hiring Eric behind Ridge's back. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Katie and Brooke have many more showdowns in their future, so stay tuned for updates on all the family friction. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers reveal that there's always been something different about Ivy Forrester. She's a Forrester by name, but raised apart, with an increasingly descending Australian accent to indicate her far-flung upbringing. Let's face it, other than her last name, we know little about Ivy and her past before her LA dalliances with the Spencer boys. Ivy's past could have a skeleton or 3 in the closet, and here's why we think one of them is working right beside her in LA. Who is Electra's mom? Thus far, we've been told that Electra and her dad traveled extensively before she came to LA with, drumroll, Ivy, her aunt. And, just like Ivy, Electra is a jewelry designer. They have a very close relationship and live together at the Forrester mansion. Ivy told Will that her sleeping over at his beach house would not be proper in Ivy's eyes, even though she's a full-grown adult. What kind of aunt puts such restrictions on an independent adult? Plus, if Electra and her dad were always on the go, how did she form such a close relationship with Ivy? Why is Electra into jewelry design? Ivy is a jewelry designer, and so is Electra. Is this a case of like mother, like daughter? From day one in LA, it was clear that Ivy thought of Electra as more than her protege. She showed a territoriality about the girl, and to this day, her influence is apparent. Last week, Ivy's opinion on how Electra should conduct her life came out like gangbusters when she went to Will's house. Proper, proper, proper. But even before this, Ivy insisted on hearing the details of Electra's first night with Will. That's something a meddling mom would do. It could also be that Ivy was concerned that Ivy didn't face the same situation as her, becoming a young, unwed mom. It's possible that Ivy became pregnant at a young age, and like what happens in so many families, she took on a fake role as sister, or in this case, aunt. After seeing Dylan on Will's lap, Ivy lost it and demanded she leave LA. Who does this? Goes berserk spewing on about being proper? Do you think that Ivy is really Electra's mom, and that's why she's so uptight about appearances and the need to be proper and not bring shame to the family? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with The Bold and the Beautiful right now. Come back here often for the hottest B&B updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable. and gain access to the best soap intel on the web. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for the week of February 2 through 6 reveals that Steffy Forrester Finnegan will send shockwaves while Eric Forrester's job leaks, and Taylor Hayes faces an awful dilemma. After Steffy returns from San Francisco, she'll explode over Taylor's continued involvement with Deacon Sharp. Taylor will be forced to stop spending time with Deacon if she wants to keep her relationship with Steffy and her grandchildren. Once Steffy delivers that ultimatum, B&B spoilers say Taylor will give Deacon updates soon after. Deacon and Taylor will lock lips again after vowing to figure out a solution to their problem. Of course, the short-term solution may involve stealing moments together when no one else is watching. Deacon and Taylor may have no choice but to get sneaky about their meetings if they want to stay connected to each other. Sheila Sharp will continue to believe her marriage is growing stronger, but it'll actually be weakening due to Deacon's desire for a future with Taylor. As for Ridge Forrester, he'll deal with some guilt and perhaps assume Eric Forrester must be bored of retirement by now. Ridge pushed Eric out of the picture, so he'll worry about him in the coming episodes. Of course, Ridge won't realize Eric is throwing himself into a new chapter of his career at Logan. Eric's designer secret will leak to Liam Spencer, who'll no doubt assure Eric, Katie Logan Spencer, and Bill Spencer that he'll keep a lid on it. Over with R.J. Forrester, he'll let Carter Walton take a look at some of his new designs. As for Dylan, she seems poised to tell Electra Forrester and Will Spencer that she received a job offer in another city. It looks like Dylan may try to do things Ivy Forrester's way and lie to Electra along with Will. Ivy doesn't want Dylan around to make moves on Electra's boyfriend, so Dylan may seriously consider bolting from Los Angeles. Dylan may feel like it's the only way to stop Ivy from blabbing to Electra and misrepresenting what she saw at the beach house. However, Dylan will get RJ's attention during their upcoming encounter. RJ has some sway with Ridge, so he might come through for Dylan despite Steffy's failure to lock in a position for her. Ivy might be open to letting Dylan stay if she moves out of the guest room on Will's property and perhaps starts cozying up to RJ instead. Next, Steffy will shock Ridge with the news that Taylor and Deacon have feelings for each other. Ridge will throw plenty of questions at Steffy, who may assure him that she's done everything she can to shut their romance down. Even so, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say, whoa, Ridge will have concerns along with Steffy and will inevitably face off with Deacon eventually. Since Susan Flannery retired, Bold and Beautiful has been sorely lacking the queen bee energy that she brought to bear as Forrester matriarch Stephanie. The show had a chance to anoint a slap-happy successor via Quinn, but alas, passed. Now another golden opportunity has landed in the soap's lap, and it would appear that it's being seized. Yep, the role of Stephanie has, in essence, been recast with Ashley Brewer's Ivy. We never saw it coming either. Sure, the Aussie was pals with prudish Allie back in the day, but Ivy was also a bit of a kissing bandit, and a lot of fun. Now though, perhaps because she hasn't had a date in years, she's become bitter, judgmental, mean. In other words, she's become every bit the merciless bulldozer that Stephanie was. We're not talking about Ivy's hilarious use of the phrase, not proper, losh, parper, either. That might have transformed her into a prissy Mary Poppins. But what metamorphosed her into Stephanie was her exchange with hapless Dylan in the January 30th episode. As Ivy lit into the young woman for being scantily clad and throwing herself at Will. "Do you have any self-respect at all?" Ivy asked, altogether channeling Stephanie's outrage at most anything Brooke ever did. While Eric's late wife would never have told anyone that their vibe was off, the rest of Ivy's attack on Dylan was pure, undiluted Stephanie. She ranted about the filth that I witnessed tonight and paid her off to leave town. Well, gave her gas money. Did Ivy's overnight transformation into Stephanie 2.0 make sense? Not really. But if it means that we can get even a scintilla of that Stephanie bite back on the show, we'll take it. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Queen Steffi will have no choice but to issue her mom one of her infamous ultimatums. Steffi ordered Taylor Hayes to steer clear of Deacon, and she did the opposite. When Steffi Forrester tries to force her mom to choose, there's a chance she might not like the outcome. Will Taylor choose true love or her daughter's tantrum? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's coming up next on the CBS soap. Taylor Hayes is a world-renowned psychiatrist and makes a living out of saving people's marriages. But, frankly, her own personal love life is a mess. Steffy Forrester's mom was heartbroken when Ridge ran off with Brooke Logan again. Now, she has found a man that is choosing her instead of his wife, and the good doc can't resist. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Taylor and Deacon Sharp will want to make their love official and are looking forward to his divorce. The lovebirds are so Twitter-pated, they really have no idea the wrath they just unleashed from Sheila Carter. Steffy knows all too well, though, and that's why she ordered her mom to leave Sheila's man alone. Steffy is definitely right. Her mom is putting herself in grave danger by stealing Sheila's husband. But at the end of the day, it's not Steffy's business who Taylor hooks up with. Rather than heeding her daughter's advice, Taylor could tell her daughter to kick rocks. For the first time in a long time, Taylor is happy. Why would she throw her romance with Deacon away because her daughter told her to? If Steffy can sleep with Sheila's son, then why can't Taylor sleep with Sheila's husband? Do you think Taylor will choose her new man over her daughter? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the next 2 weeks, suggest some twists. Fans can expect Steffy Forrester Finnegan to issue a threat. Meanwhile, Dylan has a chance meeting with R.J. Forrester. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Before getting to the 2-weekers, let's discuss what is coming up from February 2 to 6. Fans will see Steffy freak out over Taylor Hayes continuing to see Deacon Sharp. Taylor has crossed the line and isn't acting as a therapist anymore, but as a woman. Deacon and Taylor are determined to be together. That means Deacon will need to tell Sheila Carter Sharp the truth at some point. However, we know that at the end of the week, Sheila is still blissfully unaware. In the meantime, Steffy will order her mother to stop associating with Deacon. If Taylor doesn't, Steffy says her mother will lose her whole family, including her. Over with Dylan, she goes to tell Will Spencer and Electra Forrester some news. The girl will take Ivy Forrester's cash and prepare to leave the city. Dylan goes to Forrester Creations to say goodbye. However, on her way out, she literally bumps into RJ. It seems that the two will have instant sparks. But what about Ivy's threat? As for what else to expect this week, Eric Forrester impresses Katie Logan Spencer. However, Eric reminds Katie and Bill Spencer that this needs to be kept a secret. At some point, Liam Spencer finds out about Eric's new job. While he won't say anything, what if Brooke Logan Forrester starts questioning him? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the week of February 9th, reveal that Ridge Forrester will explode over Taylor's new romance. Ridge could overstep and end up pissing off Brooke. Plus, Carter Walton and Daphne Rose will want to start planning their wedding. There might be a romance between RJ and Dylan. RJ might be nice enough to let Dylan stay in the guest house or something. However, Ivy will find out at some point and really blow her top. Even if RJ and Dylan fall in love, Ivy will remain obsessed with getting rid of the girl, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. On B&B, Tuesday, February 3rd, brings surprises and bold declarations. Dylan catches Electra and Will off guard with unexpected news. Taylor and Deacon commit to fighting for their relationship, and RJ takes an important step forward by showing Carter his designs. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Tuesday, February 3rd include Dylan surprising Electra and Will with her news. Plus, Taylor and Deacon vow to find a way to be together. Finally, RJ shares some of his designs with Carter. While Steffy and Electra were away on a business trip, Dylan ignored a boundary Electra had already made clear after Will brushed it off as no big deal. Dylan and Will ended up babysitting Hayes, putting them together in close quarters. At Will's place, Dylan practiced ballet and lost her balance, tumbling onto him on the couch. Ivy happened to spot the moment through the window and immediately jumped to conclusions. She confronted Dylan and told her it was time to leave town. Elsewhere, Taylor and Deacon finally admitted their feelings for one another. Deacon had initially turned to Taylor for counseling after learning the truth about Sheila's deception. While Taylor made it clear to Sheila that they could no longer be friends due to her professional role with Deacon, she failed to maintain the same boundaries with him. Things escalated when Taylor and Deacon shared a kiss. Steffy demanded that Taylor drop Deacon as a client, but Taylor refused. Desperate to shut things down, Steffy even tried to rope Hope into stopping their parents' growing connection, only to learn Hope was relieved that her father was finally moving on from Sheila. The Bold and the Beautiful could set the stage for RJ and Dylan to fall in love. Currently, it seems like Dylan could interfere with Elektra's relationship with Will. Ivy spied on them and saw them growing closer. However, she agreed to keep it a secret, for now. But neither Ivy nor Elektra might have anything to worry about. Dylan could end up falling for another guy instead. This could be the ultimate plot twist in this complicated storyline. According to the B&B preview, Dylan shows up at Forrester Creations where she bumps into RJ, who spills his drink on himself. They look into each other's eyes and are pleased with what they see. Could they end up falling in love? Since Will and Elektra are romantically involved, Dylan and RJ might realize they're better off together. Currently, Dylan is attracted to Will, but she respects her friend's relationship. She hasn't done anything that would cause Elektra to doubt her. But that hasn't stopped Ivy from getting involved. She spied on Will and Dylan while Elektra was away, and she didn't like what she saw. She told Dylan to move far, far away so she doesn't impact their relationship. Dylan genuinely doesn't want to cause any trouble. And she's not the type of woman who would seduce Will. Yet, Ivy sees her differently. However, Dylan could end up with RJ, which could ruffle the feathers of both Elektra and Will. Elektra had immediate sparks with RJ. She looked more interested in him than in Will. But it didn't take Elektra long to tell RJ that her boyfriend was sweet, caring, and kind. RJ was shocked to learn that she was dating his long-running rival. Seeing Dylan with RJ could bring out her jealousy. They already have a great dynamic, but Elektra claims she's happier with Will. Or is she? This relationship could cause her to come to terms with her feelings for RJ. As B&B fans already know, RJ and Will don't get along. Will might get bothered by the thought of Dylan having any feelings for RJ. He opened himself up to Dylan, and he believes that she's a good person. Will could think that Dylan's too good for RJ. He'll claim that she deserves someone better. Someone like him, perhaps? It might take him some time to come to terms with his feelings for her. What are your thoughts? Do you think Dylan and RJ will end up dating? How do you think Elektra and Will could feel about this? Sound off below in the comments section. Carter Walton is probably the most excited groom we have seen on The Bold and the Beautiful in a while. When Daphne Rose said yes, Carter started a mad dash to get her to the altar before she changed her mind. After over half a dozen failed engagements, the giddy groom isn't taking any chances. But what if someone else stops the I do's and crashes their big Forrester Creations wedding? Carter Walton and Daphne Rose are not wasting any time getting to altar and are eager to start a new chapter as husband and wife. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Carter and Daphne have already picked out a venue and are working on their guest list. Daphne Rose won't have to look far for a dress, and Carter has probably already booked half a dozen cake tastings. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Daphne is excited for their wedding day, and there's no indication of the perfume guru getting cold feet before the ceremony. Carter might finally get his happy ending on the CBS soap, as long as no one crashes the wedding. The Bold and the Beautiful showrunner Bradley Bell dished last year that they would start exploring Daphne's back history, and a member of her past would pop up in Los Angeles. Seeing as how she's getting married, it makes sense that she could have an ex that tried to shut down the I do's. The soap rumor mill has even been hinting that Daphne could still be married to someone else. Do you think someone from Daphne's past will crash Carter's wedding and ruin the I do's? Or is he finally going to get his perfect wedding? Share your thoughts in the comments below and keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for more Bold and Beautiful spoilers and news. When The Bold and the Beautiful revealed that RJ Forrester was on his way back to Los Angeles, speculation arose that he would be paired up with newcomer Dylan. A new Bold and the Beautiful preview reveals RJ and Dylan will come face-to-face next week. How Dylan acts around the Forrester hunk could reveal a huge clue about her identity. Here's what's coming up next on the CBS soap. spoilers below. Since Dylan arrived on The Bold and the Beautiful, rumors have been running rampant about her secret identity. A popular theory on social media among fans is that Dylan is the secret daughter of Sheila Carter and Massimo Marone. That would mean that Dylan is a Marone. Longtime soap opera fans know that Ridge Forrester was raised by Eric as his son, but his father was really Massimo Marone. Therefore, RJ Forrester is not actually Elektra's cousin, but he would be Miss Dylan's nephew. When The Bold and the Beautiful announced RJ Forrester's return, Brian Nicoletti revealed he had been to chemistry tests with his fake cousin Elektra and not Dylan. That means that the writers had no interest in hooking RJ and Dylan up, and there could be a valid reason why. If it is going to be revealed later down the line that RJ and Dylan are both members of the Marone family, fans will be horrified if they were hooking up. Do you think that Dylan and RJ's interaction with each other could confirm her secret identity? Why would the writers not just pair up Dylan and RJ, rather than breaking up Elektra's happy home? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for next week, say that Miss Dylan will be running around Los Angeles with a scarlet A. Meanwhile, Will Spencer Jr. will continue being hot and innocent in all of this. Is Ivy Forrester mad at the wrong person? Here's what's coming up next on the CBS soap. Spoilers down below. Ivy Forrester was horrified when she found her niece's boyfriend and Dylan on the couch and acting not proper. Oh, the scandal! Rather than tell Elektra Forrester that her man was canoodling with the homeless art teacher, Aunt Ivy took matters into her own hands and ordered Dylan to leave Los Angeles and never come back, and take her tutu with her. There's no room for anyone in Ivy's city that doesn't know how to act proper. Channeling her best Mother Teresa and Godfather didn't seem to faze Dylan. According to Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for next week, Ivy Forrester will continue her quest to run improper Dylan out of town. And now that we think about it, it's kind of absurd. Is anyone going to tell Elektra Forrester's boyfriend to stop inviting Dylan over for dinner dates and asking her to dance for him? Miss Dylan will be blacklisted and bullied by Ivy and the rest of the Forrester women for flirting with Will Spencer on The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers say they will make her life go from bad to worse in coming weeks when she ignores Ivy's orders and sticks around. Dylan isn't innocent and definitely crossed lines. It's obvious she's coming on to Elektra's man. But is Will Spencer just as guilty? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for more Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and news. The Bold and the Beautiful may spark huge trouble as RJ Forrester and Dylan inch toward an unexpected alliance. Their growing tension with Will Spencer and Elektra Forrester could push them into scheming territory. This partnership may flip several relationships and shake Los Angeles to its core. RJ Forrester may feel more desperate than ever as Elektra drifts closer to Will Spencer. His jealousy has grown louder each day. That frustration may guide him toward risky decisions that blur the line between playful mischief and outright sabotage. RJ rarely steps back when he feels challenged. Dylan also faces mounting pressure as Elektra questions every minute she spends with Will. Dylan saw Will break down emotionally, and that moment shifted everything. She wants to protect him, but she also wants peace. Her calm nature may crack once she sees Elektra tighten her grip. RJ and Dylan might realize they share the same problem. Will and Elektra stand exactly where neither wants them. A shared frustration could spark one bold idea. Teaming up may seem smarter than fighting these battles alone. Their first private conversation could change several lives. Their plan might begin with small moves. They could exchange stories, track patterns, and test reactions. Each moment may bring them closer to a full partnership. Once that trust develops, their scheming may take off fast. Both may enjoy the thrill far more than expected. Ivy Forrester has worried about Dylan's bond with Will for weeks. Elektra has done the same. If RJ and Dylan decide to fake a romance, they may pull off one of the show's messiest tricks yet. Ivy and Elektra may fall for every staged moment. Their reactions could spark the drama RJ craves. Ivy may panic as she senses history repeating itself. Elektra may spiral once she believes Dylan has moved on. Both may lower their guards, giving RJ and Dylan perfect space to stir deeper problems for Will and Elektra's young relationship. Will Spencer trusts Dylan more than anyone right now. That trust makes him vulnerable. RJ could use that bond to push Will into emotional confusion. Dylan may not feel proud, but she might justify her actions as a way to guide Will toward clarity. If RJ insists Elektra belongs with him, he may frame every move as destiny. Dylan may convince herself that Will needs someone more stable. Together, they may build a narrative that supports their goals. Every whispered idea may shift Will's confidence and pull him off balance. The plan may run smoothly until RJ and Dylan notice a shift. Their fake connection could stop feeling fake. They may enjoy plotting together. That thrill could grow into something softer. Their chemistry might disrupt their intentions and create a new love triangle entirely. If emotions take over, guilt may follow. Dylan cares deeply about Will. RJ never wanted to hurt Elektra permanently. When feelings collide with schemes, someone always gets burned. Their partnership could become the very thing that ruins their lives if they lose control. The bold and the beautiful may explode with drama as RJ and Dylan's shocking partnership reshapes every relationship around them. Will and Elektra may face sabotage they never see coming. Stay with Soap Opera Daily for more juicy twists as this storyline heats up. The Bold and the Beautiful, star and writer Lawrence St. Victor, is eager to explore his character's backstory as Carter moves forward into his future with Daphne. After all, the lawyer and the perfume maven hope to have a baby of their own, so they may well look back into their own childhoods and families as they plan the next generation of Waltons. If B&B decides to explore Carter's past, we might well learn more about Carter himself. We do know a bit about Carter's sibling. Carter's adoptive brother, Marcus, is of course Donna's biological son with Justin, whom Eric adopted. But we don't know much about Mr. and Mrs. Walton, or whether Carter and Marcus have any other biological or adoptive siblings. Would you like to see Carter's family history explored? If the soap were to bring on his parents and sibling, who would you like to play them? Let us know in the comments.